that leads to the second thing on here is examples of how we talk to our kids like adults. You especially let the kids lead the discussion, whether it's something that happened at school or they don't want to do something. Um, for example, with the sports, when they don't, we sign them up for sports, they don't want to do it. Okay, why don't you want to do it?
Yeah.
Whether they're right or wrong, we let them finish talking.
Yeah, and I think a great example of that is with Braden, our middle kid.
Mm,
He's been 100% soccer since the day that he could kick a ball.
yeah,
And with his soccer career, I would say at this point,
yeah, yeah.
he has evolved as a player. And there is a local club that wanted him to try out,
Mhm.
essentially.
A higher club, higher skilled
Yes,
club.
higher scope. Because at that point in time, he was just playing, or I don't want to say just, he was playing at the rec level.
Right,
And the rec and the club kind of feed into each other.
right.
So the club asked him to come out and try out for the club team. So I thought that it was a great idea. It was a great opportunity. He got there, he literally stepped on the field, looked around at all the people, and he said, no.
Yeah,
And I was like, Braden, you haven't even tried.
right.
Like, you don't know these people. And he's like, I can tell you right now, it's a no. This is not my vibe.
Yeah,
And I was just like, okay, give it the day.
yeah.
If you still feel that way, then, we don't have to pursue this. And it got to the end, and he was like, the answer's still no. And I was like, okay, you gave it a try.
Yeah,
You stepped outside of your boundary. And I mean, granted, I don't know what it was that really like gave him that vibe. And maybe he's more like me,
yeah,
like what we were talking about in our previous discussion
yeah.
was, you
Just
just
get that feeling.
you get that feeling because, he later, a few years later, he transitioned over to a different rec team with a different club that feeds into it.
Yeah,
And he gave that a try and he's like, I love it.
yeah. So we let him lead a discussion
Yes.
and we let him make a choice.